Hi everyone, Harris here with iDownload Blog, and for the first time there is a pair of Beats that matches all the main and best things I love about the AirPods Pro, namely a compact case, noise cancellation, a sound profile that I like, as well as all of the Apple H1 benefits of iCloud syncing and more. The Beats Fit Pro are an awesome pair of headphones, and we're going to compare them to the AirPods Pro today. So yeah, right off the bat, let's talk about the cases. Now, the AirPod Pros are still more compact and just a little bit more pocketable, but these Beats are so much better than the Powerbeats Pro, which were just huge if you were to put it in a front pocket or a back pocket. These are much more compact, and it's a nice case. There's a nice texture, and I like the texture better than the AirPods because it isn't that glossy plastic that just gets scratched to shreds almost instantly. This is a cheaper plastic, and admittedly, it's not as high quality, but at least it stays much cleaner without needing a case. Slightly bigger, which isn't great, but it is definitely still pocketable, which is a big win for the Beats Fit Pro. And additionally, both cases provide about 24 hours of total listening time. Now, the Beats Fit Pro do give you more per charge, but in terms of how much the case can charge, you're getting about 24 hours of battery life from both, so the cases are very similar in that regard. Now, there's one major downside to the case with the Beats Fit Pro, and that is that they do not have wireless charging, which is a huge downside for me because I almost exclusively charge my earbuds wirelessly. It's just so convenient to throw them on the charger while I'm out and about and just pick them up and go. I think the smaller the device, the less I want to plug it in, and the more important wireless charging is, because this is a device that's almost always in my pockets in terms of the case, so to plug it in is, relatively speaking, annoying. So not having wireless charging is a huge downside for a pair of earbuds that cost $200. Not the end of the world, and it does have USB-C, so I can still charge it with the cable that I use for so many other devices now, including my Mac and my iPad. So an important distinction, especially because the AirPods just got the MagSafe support with the new AirPods case that you can buy, so you can charge magnetically and wirelessly with the AirPod Pros. Now, the second big feature is, of course, noise cancellation, and these both have really good noise cancellation. I think the Beats Fit Pro have better noise cancellation than the Beats Studio Buds that came out earlier in the year. And they both also have the off mode, which will give you the maximum battery life, but it's just pretty much a normal earbud, and then the transparency mode, which will let you hear your surroundings and your ambience better than the off mode, which will help amplify and pass through sound that's around you so you can stay safe and aware of your surrounding. Now, in my experience, the noise cancellation is better on the AirPod Pros. I do notice more of an intense difference between when I have noise cancellation turned off and on, or at least the noise cancellation compared to the transparency mode is much better, is a bit better on the AirPod Pros than the Beats Fit Pro. However, the Beats Fit Pro is still pretty good, and I was impressed with it. And if I'm going out for a run or using it to study, they're still pretty good. And the Beats Fit Pro do have kind of a built-in noise isolation because they do have a bit more of a seal on the ear. Secondly, they both have all of the Apple features that I love if you're an iPhone user. So they both have the iCloud syncing, so that once you pair it to one of your devices, it'll show up for all your other devices in terms of the audio settings. You don't have to pair them manually via Bluetooth, which is great. It also has the device switching if you want to use that. So if you pick up your phone and start playing media, it'll switch the audio input to that. It's a little bit glitchy right now with iOS 15, but hopefully that will be getting better soon. But in theory, that is a feature that is available for the Beats Fit Pro as well. There's spatial audio and the head tracking, which means that if you're listening to music, you can have the feature where it kind of makes it sound like the music is coming from your phone, but still retain the audio quality of the earbuds. And then also when you're watching movies, it kind of sounds like 3D sound, which is pretty great. You have those same features here with the Beats Fit Pro, which is just really, really great to see. Apple isn't really cutting away any features here. And even something down to the Find My tracking. These will show up on the Find My app for iPhone users and iOS users, so you can see where these are if you lose them. Now, they do not have the kind of real-time AirPods 3 Find My support, which means that you can use the Find My network to find them even if they are not in Bluetooth range or haven't been connected to your device. These don't have that, but it's still pretty good to see them on the Find My app. Now, there's actually some places where I think the Beats Fit Pro outperform the AirPods. Obviously, the price being $50 cheaper, that's pretty great. You can get the AirPod Pros for around $200 quite often on Amazon and other places. They have really good discounts. So Depends on when you're buying it, but at least MSRP, it is cheaper for the Beats Fit Pro, which is great to see. Secondly, because of the ear hook that they have, they're going to fit in your ear and stay in your ear better. They come with 3 ear tip sizes, just like the AirPods Pros, but it has the built-in ear wing that's going to help lock it in your ear when you're exercising. I never personally had any issues with them staying in my ear with the AirPods, but I know some people did. But with these, as long as they fit originally, there's no way that they're coming out when you're jumping or running or anything like that. And if you want to see a running review of these, where I test them out for fitness specifically and water and sweat resistance, check out the link in the description and you can watch that video. Next, I might be making this up, but I feel better if I were to drop accidentally the Beats Fit Pro versus Apple's. They just seem less fragile and better, more durable material. Don't know if that's true, but that's definitely how I feel about these earbuds. Next is that the battery per charge is better, 6 hours versus 4.5 on the AirPods. If you're someone that doesn't listen for 6 hours at a time, this won't be a big deal. But for someone like my dad, who's a cyclist and is going to be going out for many hour bike rides, having 6-hour battery life with noise cancellation could be a big difference between you ending your bike ride or your hike or whatever with an hour of dead earbuds versus not. So that could be a big difference. Unless you just need 24 hours in general with the case, then they're going to be the same. But the Beats Fit do have that advantage per charge. The Beats also come in several colors, 4 colors depending on what you want. The AirPods obviously only come in white, so you can get the pink, the gray, the black, and another color. I think they all look pretty good, so you can get whatever color you like. That's awesome. The Beats also have better Android support with the Beats app, and you can customize several settings. It's not as much customization as with the Beats Studio, because Apple can't give us everything we want. They can't make too perfect of one product, but you can customize a lot of the settings better than the AirPods with the Beats app on your Android phone. Now, in terms of the comfort, I've never had any comfort issues with the AirPods. They just sit in my ear just fine. I have had, after several hours of listening, just a tiny bit of kind of ear fatigue just with the tips. These do kind of take up more of your ear than the AirPods. They don't just sit as much. They kind of go in a little bit further. I've seen other reviews that don't complain about the fit quality, so I think it's going to depend on the size and shape of your ear. AirPods are slightly more comfortable for me, but these haven't been too bad. Now, finally, in terms of sound quality, these are probably my favorite Beats I've tested in terms of sound quality. Typically, I don't love kind of the heavy bassy sound of Beats. I'm also not an audiophile, so I can't describe this in perfect terms. I've always preferred AirPods sound quality over Beats, but this year it is much, much closer, and I was very happy to hear the air quality on these Beats Fit Pro. I think they're much better. I think they more resemble the AirPod Pros than other Beats, and it's really subjective. I think everyone's music tastes are a little bit different in terms of sound quality, but I'm very content with the sound quality this year with the Beats Fit Pro. If I had to pick one, I would personally pick the AirPods still. I think it's just overall a little bit clearer and a little bit cleaner, but I certainly know several people who have already said that they like the Beats Fit Pro better in terms of sound quality. So it's up to the listener, but I think you can't go wrong with the sound quality on either of these as long as your expectations aren't crazy high. So at the end of the day, I think these are fantastic. The lack of wireless charging is disappointing, and the bigger case size is disappointing. So at the end of the day, I think if you're an athlete, someone who works out a lot, or maybe goes for long bike rides or hikes, the Beats just make a lot of sense. Or if you're an Android user looking for noise cancellation, the Beats make a lot of sense. If you're someone who uses MagSafe already, or find this for a good discount, or you really want that tiny bit of extra noise cancellation, or you prefer the sound quality, then I think the AirPods are a good option. But I think this year, you can't go wrong with either. And as a runner, I definitely love the security and peace of mind, as well as finally having noise cancellation on Beats. Let me know your thoughts. I'll leave links down in the description of both. And if you want to see my running review of these earbuds, I'll leave that linked down below. But thank you very much for watching.